topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Welcome to my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives. I'm Debi, a certified holistic health coach. I revitalize people's lives by helping them identify the root causes of their health and mindset issues and create a custom natural holistic strategy to address them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. As a health coach, I'm not allowed to say that I heal, treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any diseases. I can certainly make your body more efficient by reducing symptoms. You'll feel better, be more productive, and enjoy life more. Not many people have released 70 pounds, had a health and mindset transformation, and kept fit and trim for over a decade. I have, and I have staying power. It's been over 12 years. I even became a half marathon runner at the age of 51 when I never ran from childhood to adulthood due to foot pain. And I've done 8 half marathons so far. Mindset is the key to lasting change. As a certified holistic health coach, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. I guide into clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrients. My coaching is for optimizing health, releasing weight efficiently when needed, and enhancing your mindset. With my clients, I help them recognize that their thoughts, feelings, and emotions drive their actions and results. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. That's why it's crucial to have a positive mindset in life. It's also imperative to manage your emotions and release those low vibrational emotions such as fear, frustration, and doubt. Because all that's going to do is slow you down and get you stuck physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Like a hot air balloon that has ballasts, I help my clients release those emotional ballasts and baggages so they can uplift to a happier, healthier life. In turn, they are releasing their stress. They're getting healthier and they're reshaping their core beliefs. You'll see and feel the differences with my coaching programs. Ask me about them. Set up a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives. That's DEBICHANGESLIV as Victory ES.com/Linktree LINKTRE. And I'll guide you to that better, happier, healthier life with custom natural solutions unique to you in the areas of mind, body, and soul. My guest today is Brett Bashawaty. He is the president of Good Herbs. Brett is a true pioneer in natural health and nutrition. Brett is the co-founder and former CEO of Good Herbs and a visionary behind My Foundation Nutrition, a company devoted to bringing science-based, clinically verified herbal and nutritional formulas to the world. With over 40 years of experience in product development and manufacturing, Brett has collaborated with some of the most respected figures in holistic medicine, including Dr. Joe Wallach, the founder of the 90 Essential Nutrients philosophy, Dr. Peter Glidden, a leading naturopathic educator, international experts as Dr. Benson, Dr. Bernard Benson, Dr. John Andrews, Dr. Jonda, and Dr. Merritt. His commitment to research and innovation has helped advance the field of functional nutrition, including conducting a clinical trial on the effectiveness of the keto diet, which I got to tell you, it's very effective. I've done it myself. And through his work, Brett has continued his fulfill his long-time mission to heal the planet one person at a time by uniting the wisdom of nature and the precision of science. In the 1990s, he was deeply involved with the health freedom movement, working closely with Clinton Miller, the architect of the DSHEA Act of 1994. He secured the which secured the Americans' rights to use nutritional supplementation and herbs. The legislation is a landmark victory for natural health and personal freedom. Today, we'll be discussing the real cause of poor sleep and solutions with good herbs. So let's welcome Brett Bashawaty, the president of Good Herbs, and so much more to my show. Brett, welcome to my show.
Debbie, great to be here.
I'm so happy you can make it. So what inspired you to focus on sleep as a pillar of health? And why do you believe so many people are approaching it in the wrong way?
Well, because we look at nutrifying the mechanisms of the body instead of taking high doses of maybe like a melatonin, which the body produces on its own when it's functioning properly, or herbs like chamomile or valerian that is kind of forcing the body in one direction or another. It's not the way the body was intended to operate. So if we upregulate and understand the mechanics of the body and nourish those through nutrition and herbal therapeutics, then we can get an organic type of sleep the way nature and God intended us to fall asleep and stay asleep and wake up refreshed and ready to tackle the world.
That's very true. Our circadian rhythm is meant to help us fall asleep at the right time. If you pay attention to when you wake up in the sunlight and start relaxing it to fall asleep. And I honestly do an electronic detox 2 hours before bed as well. And like you said, I nutrify myself. I also release the tension in my life. So those are some things I do. Now, from your decades of experience, how does true holistic healing differ from simply managing symptoms, especially when it comes to sleep?
Well, again, if I take, let's talk about falling asleep. So there is a rhythm of the universe. When the sun goes down, the darkness triggers in my eye. It sends a signal to the hypothalamus gland. The hypothalamus gland alerts the body to release melatonin, so then the body can go into the rest state and fall asleep. The problem is, what we see constantly is people are undernutrified. So to release the melatonin in the body has to be fully nutrified with calcium and magnesium, especially calcium in this instance. Then for the signal to be directed properly and for the body to take full advantage, our hypothalamus gland has to be functioning really, really well. When it comes dysfunctional or unbalanced, we can say, then we get a mixed signal. Instead of sending melatonin to the right place, it will send serotonin to the right place. That is our chemical that keeps us awake. How does the hypothalamus get unbalanced? Stress is one of the key components, knocking the hypothalamus way out of balance. And who does not have stress in today's world? Also, we are surrounded by electronics like Wi-Fi, EMFs, radiation all over the place. Those will also disrupt the function of the hypothalamus. So to get real true sleep, to fall asleep the way you're supposed to, we have to ensure we have ample amount of calcium, magnesium in the system. Plus, we need a really healthy and perfectly operating hypothalamus gland, which we can use some herbal therapeutics to ensure the balance of the hypothalamus.
Yeah, and it's important that you have the right balance of calcium and magnesium for different people. I experienced that with some people. And you don't want to cherry pick your nutrients either. You want a full foundation of the 90 essential nutrients too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what I found. Now, you can often say that not all sleep problems are the same. Can you explain the different types of sleep challenges people experience and what they reveal about their body's underlying imbalances?
Yeah, so we just covered falling asleep. So if you have trouble falling asleep, these would be the mechanisms you would want to look at. But what if you have trouble staying asleep and you wake up and you just wake up because the mind is racing, you got a million things thought, and you can't go back to sleep. You're just kind of up. And especially if you wake up between 11 p.m. and 3 to 4 a.m. These are usually a sign of adrenal fatigue. So your adrenal glands, believe it or not, are the most active between 11 p.m. and 3 and 4 a.m. So you just kind of automatically wake up at those times, and you don't understand why you wake up. You're just wide awake. You try to read a book. It's taking 45 minutes. You're still not falling back to sleep. The mind's racing like crazy. These are really severe tax on the adrenal glands that are just firing. So we can use some herbal therapeutics on a full nutritional program that really can nourish and relax the adrenal glands. So then you can start sleeping through the night. And it doesn't take that long to nourish those adrenal glands.
Yeah, I understand that. I love using the adrenal support and the hypothalamus support for those reasons. And those are good herbal products. And one thing that with our life these days, it's so fast paced, especially this year. It's just a lot of changes this year. And it is driving people's stress levels up, which is driving up their cortisol up, which is driving the adrenal fatigue. And when this is all happening, it messes up their metabolism. You can have your thyroid imbalanced. You can have your, you can have blood sugar issues that get spiked. And it makes it really hard to have an efficient running body. Even if you want to release weight, it makes it hard for that too. It can also cause imbalances in hormones. So the first call to action is seeing how you're handling stress and how you're reacting to it, or if something is really in your control. And then you need to learn how to release those ideas before you go to bed. With my electronic detox, sometimes I have people meditate, or I help them do journaling or something to help unwind their day. Listen to some audios that help sleep better. That's something they can do too. And of course, if you exercise through the day, your body's going to feel better too. So those are my solutions. And we have plenty of time in the show, so we can actually drag this out a little bit longer, Brett. That's why I'm doing this. But anyways, now, how does the nutritional deficiency play a role in disrupting the body's natural sleep cycle? And what systems are most affected?
Yeah. So we covered a few. So we covered the one that if we're having trouble falling asleep, so we gave you what to do on that. We have the one where the adrenal glands are so fatigued and so burned out, you're waking up in the middle of the night. There's another component too that we have to look at is what if you wake up and let's say you wake up 2, 3, 4 times a night to go to the bathroom. This is a blood sugar issue. And we have too much glucose in our blood, causing us to need to go in to the bathroom. So one of the things you can look at if we are running into this is, and this sounds kind of funny, but when you're done going to the bathroom, look to see if there's bubbles in the toilet. If there are bubbles in the toilet, that is sugar being released. We know we have a blood sugar imbalance. And when we have a blood sugar imbalance that is going on, we can support the pancreas to be more efficient with the insulin, with herbal therapeutics. The good herbs pancreas support works really good. But then we also have to create the glucose receptors in every single cell in the body. And we can do this by giving extra chromium and vanadium into the system that then develops glucose receptors to allow that glucose to enter into the cell and be utilized for energy. And remember, sugar is not the Antichrist. Sugar is so important. It's the preferred fuel of the human body. It's so important. Our DNA is made from sugar. But I'm talking about the right kind of sugar that you're going to find in fruits and vegetables, not refined sugar where they remove the chromium out of the sugar. So now you get a big splash, and that puts us in hypersensitivity when we're doing that. So don't be afraid of your fruit. Don't be afraid of your vegetables. Those are sugars the body needs and wants for good DNA, plus the right fuel the body's looking for when they enter into the cells.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're on the keto diet, I call it the keto lifestyle, you want to, bring down those carbs. You want moderate protein and, a little bit higher in healthy fats. It all depends on the individual, in my opinion. And what people don't realize is that you can look at your food values, and you're going to be looking at the net carbs, and you're going to be looking at, what is in that net carb, whether it has a fiber of some sort or it has a sugar. And if the sugars are low, that's great. That's something you can utilize. And for me, it was a game changer. I lost 70 pounds with the keto lifestyle, and I've kept my weight off for over 12 years, as you heard at the beginning of the episode. And it's continually doing. And plus, I do half marathons, so I use it for my running fuel. So people can do that, but I'm not right now. I'm in maintenance. I'm not in weight loss mode, but I'm utilizing it in a different way. And I modified the way I take my food intake too. I take more protein in. So those are the things that I do. And when it comes to, I didn't even know that they took out the current, what was that in the sugar?
The chromium, mineral chromium when they refine the sugar.
I didn't even know that until now. That's an interesting fact.
And remember, chromium's the key to open up the cell walls to allow glucose in. So when we are deficient in chromium, and believe it or not, this was discovered in the 1950s by Dr. Mertz, that did a whole study how he could give rats diabetes, or he could reverse diabetes just by either giving them chromium or withholding chromium. And so then it becomes a vicious cycle that basically what happens is insulin sent up, grabs the glucose, delivers it to the cell walls, rings the doorbell, but the cell doesn't have the key to open the door because it doesn't have enough chromium. So it goes back up. The central nervous system doesn't like that. So it sends another signal down to the pancreas. Yay, you got to get this glucose out of the bloodstream and into the cells. So instead of going in and ringing the doorbell, it knocks the cell walls down, starting to create structural division in the cells. And that's when we start having eyesight problems. That's when we start having numbness in our legs called neuropathy. It's because the cell walls are being broken down because the doorbell's not being rung anymore. It's being knocked down, breaking every single cell in our body, which last I looked, when we break something, that's not a good thing.
No, it isn't.
Yeah. So stay alert. If you are waking up multiple times to go to the bathroom, it's probably a blood sugar imbalance. But we just gave you the remedy of chromium and vanadium, which you can find that in our Sweeties product. It's a great add-on to the foundation. And what I would recommend you do is you would take 2 Sweeties before meals, and then you're going to take 2 just before bedtime to allow that glucose to get into your cell walls. And over time, you'll stop waking up to go to the bathroom. And it's a beautiful thing. Now, for males, there could be another issue, and that could be either an inflamed or an enlarged prostate that's going on, that's putting pressure on the bladder. If that's the case, what you would notice is you'll have to get up multiple times, but you won't have a full bladder. You have a partial bladder. So that's an indication that we might have some inflammation of the prostate going on. And we can give a little bit of support to that using some herbal therapeutics. And our Good Herbs prostate support works really, really well for those situations.
That sounds fabulous, because I know some men that do get up multiple times And like you said, it could be that blood sugar problem, or it could be the prostate problem.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't hurt to do both. Or maybe, try one and then phase in the other. And, whatever way, what would you recommend? Just do both at the same time, or with the pancreas and the...
Yeah, so I would evaluate and see if I have a full bladder. So if I'm waking up and I have a full bladder, most likely we do not have an inflamed prostate. So then we can just focus on blood sugar. Now, if I wake up and I have a few dribbles coming out, or a shortened bladder, then I know something's pressing on my bladder to make me go to the bathroom. I would then turn and support the prostate. And remember, the prostate doesn't just need like stinging nettle and saw palmetto. Those are very well-known herbs to help support the prostate. It needs all 90 essential nutrients. So everything we are talking about here are add-ons to the foundation. Because remember, herbal therapeutics is a stimulant of the function of the body. It doesn't replace nutrition. So your foundation needs nutrition. Then we can upregulate a function of that body. Here we're talking about the prostate. It could be the liver, it could be the kidneys, it could be the heart, it could be the adrenal glands. We've talked about the hypothalamus. But when we're upregulating, those herbs are only as good as your nutritional component inside the body. So if we're lacking the raw materials for those functions, then you're going to have little to no success using herbal therapeutics. But if they're fully nutrified, then you're going to have amazing, not good, amazing success using herbal therapeutics on top of a fully functional foundation nutrition like the 90 Essential Nutrients program.
Yeah, it's been a blessing for me. I mean, I started taking it after I lost 50 pounds. And I was dead as a doornail on regular supplementation. And then 4 days, I felt a natural sense of energy. And most likely because I already lost that 50 pounds of fat that was full of toxins. And so, it made a world of difference. And then later on, I was like, my foot doesn't hurt. And I got into running. So it's amazing if you give your body what it needs, how it will respond in turn to make you feel better. And people don't realize how important supplementation is, truly.
Yeah, and true healing doesn't mean we go after symptoms. So I get this all the time. Someone will come and say, I have X, Y, and Z. Well, we don't treat or mask symptoms. What we do is we treat individuals in the body. And our belief system is the body knows how to fix itself. It wants to fix itself, and it's attempting to fix itself all the time. It just needs the raw materials to do so. And why the 90 essential, why they're essential, and it's so important for people to understand, is the body cannot produce these nutrients. So the body can produce cholesterol. The body can produce melatonin, like we talked about. The body can produce L-dopamine. Those are mechanisms that are needed, but these nutrients the body can't produce. So if they're not ingested, they're not in our system. If they're not in our system, our bodies do not function the way nature and God intended. So it's really important that we upregulate all 90, all nutrients. And this is what we know so far. There might be another 20 down the road that we don't know about, but this is what we do know. And when you do that and then eliminate the junk that's mucking up all the works, great things happen to the body. And we allow the body to decide what it needs to fix first. It's way smarter than any of us. It's way smarter than your doctors. It will fix itself in the origin of necessity that the body feels it needs to be fixed. So then all of a sudden it's like, I have more energy. My sleep pattern is so much better. I'm not as moody as I used to be. My eyesight is starting to clear, and I forgot my aches and pains are gone. And this is usually how it happens with individuals when they truly go holistic. And this is holistic with a W, true holism, with eliminating the 12 bad foods that mucks up the work, nutrifying in a full spectrum of nutrients, and then just getting out of the body's way because it's so intelligent. It knows how to fix itself, and just allow it to do so.
Yeah, I just like 4 days. I just felt so much better. That's how it worked for me. And also, you need to be aware of what's going on with your body too. A lot of people just don't pay attention to what's going on with your body. And if you're more aware of certain things are just out of sorts, so to speak, then you'll see how things change. And that's why the health evaluation is a great thing to kind of give you an idea of what's getting better. And doing that on a monthly basis. Now, for someone who is dependent on sleep aids for years, a lot of people are on this stuff. What's the first step to helping their body reset and restore its natural rhythm for deep, lasting sleep?
Okay, so this works really well. And I'm going to give you a concoction that you can make before you go to bed. And it will start gradually putting you back into the organic state so the body can start moving the way it was supposed to. And then you can slowly or dramatically, it's up to you, wean off your sleep aid. If it's supplementation, routine, whatever that sleep aid is, we can start slowly moving off. So here's what you want to do. And this is the best way to get started. You're going to need the OsteoFX liquid. The OsteoFX liquid. Usually, I don't care if you get the powder or the liquid. It's all preference to you. But in this case, we're going to need the liquid. You're going to do 1 ounce of the OsteoFX liquid. You're going to do 1 ounce of the plant-derived minerals. You're going to do 2 ounces of freshly squeezed organic oranges. So freshly squeezed orange juice that we want to squeeze. If you can't find that, just get organic orange juice with no additives. Okay, they do make it a little harder to find, but they do make it, no additives. And then you're going to do 3 milliliters, that'd be dropfuls, of the Good Herbs Nerve Support. The Good Herbs Nerve Support. You put it all right in. It actually tastes pretty good. It tastes like an orange sickle. And you want to take that just before you're going to bed, maybe an hour before you're going to bed. What you will notice, don't take it if you need to do some work or something, because every single nerve end in your body is going to calm right down. You're going to get really relaxed. You're going to feel very surreal and calm. And then you will just slowly drift off. And what you're going to see over time is maybe you fall asleep a little easier, but you're still waking up a little bit. Then you fall asleep a little easier, and now you're sleeping for 4 hours. Then you're going to see you fall asleep a little easier. Now you're sleeping for 8 hours. And then when you wake up, we should feel refreshed and ready to tackle the day. And when you get to that point, then you can continue that concoction, or you can just go into the foundation pack, take it however you want. And now we've reset by uploading some nutrients to help the body go back into its wake sleep cycle naturally. And it's a beautiful thing.
That sounds wonderful. Now, what happens if somebody doesn't like orange juice? Is there some other juice
you could just add water.
Okay, so you would just add water to the OsteoFX, and then the plant-derived minerals, and then the nerve support.
Yeah, you can just add water. The citrus of the orange juice actually makes everything absorbable better. So we can increase the absorbability from the citrus of the oranges. That's why we use orange juice. But if you don't like the taste or you can't tolerate, you can still get extraordinary results, probably the same results, by removing it, adding some just water, or you can use whatever juice you want. We just find out that tastes the best, and the acidity increases absorption of calcium.
Now, does lemon juice work well?
Yeah, that'd work fine.
Okay.
You could do lemon juice. You do pineapple juice. Actually, pineapple juice, a lot of people like because it's an alkaline juice. We're not really looking to be alkaline in this state because we got to be a little bit acidic to absorb the calcium through our stomach. But you can use that. Some people like pomegranate. I've heard people use. Majority use the orange juice. And then some people don't like to use orange juice because of the sugar content. I just explained, you don't have to worry about the sugar content. It has chromium, so it's not going to spike your sugar levels. You'll be able to utilize that. But if you are concerned about, just add a little bit of water, or don't add anything else. Just let the OsteoFX, the plant-derived minerals, and the nerve support be alone. Shoot it down like a shot, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Whenever I take my herbals, I take them, but they don't stay, and the taste doesn't stay in my mouth. So yeah. I drink water and I'm fine.
Yeah.
So that's, because herbals, depending on how you feel about it, may not taste the way you want them to. No. But they're so beneficial. Yes. I've made, it made a big difference in my life. I've used this, the allergy support, sinus and allergy support. I've used it. When I broke my foot, I was actually using the nerve circulation and bone and tissue support internally and externally. And my podiatrist was really amazed how fast my foot was healing.
Yay.
And he also said, "You don't need any painkillers." No, pain pills? I said, "No, I don't." And then, but there's always ways you can take these herbals. You can put them on your skin. You can put them, take them internally. Now you had another thing I remember you saying about the adrenal support. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you put it in. If you often wake up in the middle of the night, you put like a portion of it in a glass and you would just drink it and go back to sleep. Is that right? Did I remember that right?
Yep, that is correct. So let's say I'm that one that wakes up at 11 p.m. or I wake up at that 4 a.m. What you can do is you can make your concoction. We always call it concoction. If you're mixing it with your favorite juice, you can mix the herbals with anything besides two things. You don't want to mix it with carbohydrates, not carbohydrate, carbonation. You'll see they will not like each other. It's going to fizz. And carbonation also neutralizes stomach acid. So we don't want to ingest anything that has carbonation. And the biggest enemy to herbs is heat. So you don't want to put it like in hot tea or anything that's really hot. You can mix it with anything else. So let's say you like to mix it with pomegranate juice. So what you can do is you can put 3 milliliters, you're going to put 3 droppers of the Adrenal Health, fill up your shot glass with, let's say, 1 or 2 ounces of your pomegranate juice, and you put it on your nightstand. Then if you are waking up at that time, what you want to do, and this is really important because it's going to go right down, it's going to keep the lever open, is you want to sit up in the bed, but keep your legs on the bed. We do not want to turn and put our legs down on the floor. So you sit up, you grab your concoction, you drink it down, and then you'll literally probably be able to go back to sleep within about 5 to 10 minutes because there's no stimulant in the Adrenal Health product. It just nourishes and restores the adrenal gland. So you can just take it. It will calm it down when it's supposed to calm it down. But here's the beautiful. You can also take it during the day, and it's going to give you sustained calming energy all day. So you take an energy drink, you get this hyper energy. This is a calming, sustained energy, and it maintains all day. It's a really beautiful thing. And if you get one of those afternoon crashes, you can just do a little thing of Adrenal Health with plant-derived minerals, shoot it down in the afternoon, and it'll give you that little pick-me-up within about 5 minutes.
Oh, that's a new one for me.
Yep.
That's amazing. Yep. Now, some people are sensitive to alcohol, but this is a different type of alcohol. Can you explain how it's distilled in this alcohol?
This is a pharmaceutical grade alcohol. So it's not something you can go to your local liquor store and purchase that. It's 190 proof. It is very clean. And if you look at the content, and this is the same form of alcohol that they used to make herbal tinctures back in the tomb era 5,000 years ago. So it's the same type of technology. And what people don't realize is your digestive system produces alcohol inside the body, and your body can produce up to an ounce of alcohol inside the body. Well, this alcohol matches what the body is already producing. So it's not a foreign substance to the body. It is an alike substance that the body can recognize and utilize. And it's really important because the alcohol does really three things. One, it will grab the oily, waxy enzymes out of the herb that can pull it so we get a full body of the constituents. It preserves the product for at least 5 years, more like a lot longer than that, and data proves that. So it acts as a preservative without using a chemical preservative. But the cool part is I could have a digestive imbalance, and let's say I have trouble absorbing nutrients. The alcohol will grab the constituents of the herb, and it bypasses the digestive system and allows it to get into the bloodstream, even if we have an impaired digestive system. So it acts three really big things. This is why you always want to look for, when you're looking for an herbal extract, get that herbal extract. Well, just get good herbs, but get that herbal extract in an alcohol base. You don't want a vinegar base. You do not want a glycerin base. Those do not deliver the three areas that I just mentioned.
That's fascinating. And I guess, is it a mind thing, the alcohol, for people that are alcoholics, or do they really need to air it out? Does it really affect them?
Yeah. So there are some religions that prohibit to ingest that alcohol. So you can rub it on the soles of your feet,
Okay.
and you will get full benefit. But let's say you just don't want that alcohol, and let's say you're a recovering alcoholic. It goes against your religious beliefs. Here's what you can do to make it alcohol free. So we've already pulled the active constituents, so that's done. We've already preserved the product for you, so that's done. So you can put your little base of herbs, if it's 1, 2, or 3 different herbs, you put it in a glass, glass. Make sure the glass is glass. You put it on the counter and you let it air out for 8 hours. That alcohol will evaporate. So now it's an alcohol-free herbal extract. Keep in mind, what you have lost, though, is the carrier of the constituents. So now we're a little bit more dependent on the digestive system. But it works. That's how you can make it an alcohol-free, but still get the benefits of the 2 of the 3 important parts of alcohol-based extracts.
Okay. I think that's important for people to know. I don't have a problem with it, but some people have, are sensitive. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure they had a solution.
Yeah, and if you want to see, you can rub them on the soles of the feet. And if you take a garlic extract, you want to see how fast the body goes. As soon as you put it on the soles, you'll be able to taste the garlic in your mouth. That's how fast it will travel through the body. So it is another very powerful, especially for small children and infants. You can get them just by rubbing them right on the soles of the feet.
Okay, so you can put good herbs on the soles of the feet.
Yep.
That's good to know. Well, I normally have an offer for my guests, so I'm going to give them an offer so that they can utilize, and if we can put the slide up for the offer. What this is that it is a 1 free, and I never give this away, Zyda Bazira Link Body Scan. And I'll be discussing how the scan works. But it scans your body, and actually the good herb products always comes up in there somewhere. So you just mentioned good herbs, and it's a $75 value. You go to my complimentary consultation, which is at debichangесlives.com/Linktree to set that consultation. And then we can do the health evaluation, and we can do the free Bazira link. And I can send this internationally. So that's what I really love about it. So Brett, please stick around. Do you want to be a guest again?
Oh, absolutely. We had a great time with you, Debbie.
Okay. So please stick around for closing remarks because I'm sure we'll have some. So right now I'm going to wrap up my portion of the show. So remember, I revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. And I first work with your gut, and I also work with your mindset. And I can also help you with hormones, blood sugar, bone and joint, brain and heart, immunity, and anxiousness in athletes, because I am guiding you to clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrient products that will reduce symptoms. You'll feel better. It possibly release additional weight like I did. I released an additional 20 that made it up to 70. And it's going to put you in a good mood. With my mindset coaching, I help you release your stress, emotions, entanglements from the past, and I'm also guiding you with your, changing your core beliefs, and you're doing it yourself. That is my mindset enhancement coaching. With the health optimization and weight release, that is the working with your body and making it more efficient. So that's the mind-body solution that makes your heart and soul sing. So ask me about my program, set a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives. And that is at DEBICHANGESLIV as in victory ES.com/Linktree, LINKTREE. And when you do that, you get to know me, I get to know you, and I'll guide you to the optimum health. And it does start with 1 or 2 assessments, which I kind of mentioned before. The health evaluation is actually complimentary, where you rate your symptoms in the last 30 days in 4 categories of health. Some questions overlap in multiple categories, answer them all. You'll get a baseline score. I'll review it with you. And when you move forward with my services, I create that custom, natural, holistic strategy to address them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. We will be doing this on a monthly basis to monitor your progress. Now, with the Vizera, Zydus Vizera link, like I said, I love the scan because I can send it internationally and remotely. It's gone to South Africa and also Australia. And the Vizera link is a transdermal optical imaging app that you can utilize your phone. I send you a link to your phone. You scan your face for 30 seconds. It's only going through your skin to see blood flow for components of energetic, functional, and emotional in different body systems and lifestyle. The emotional component is such a hidden gem. I do review it with you because it's quite intensive. Like I said before, the cost of the scan is $75. You mentioned good herbs. You can get it for 1 free. And I will review this with you. And if you move forward with a service, program, or product, I'll give you a $25 discount on one of them. Now, Vizera Link is that transdermal optical imaging app, also known as TOI, and you can look up its accuracy on pubmed.gov. That's PUBMED.gov for its accuracy. And people are really amazed what their body tells them through the scan, and you'll be too. So ask me about the scan. You can either go to my consultation or get it done and see what everyone's talking about. Also on the site are my programs. I have Take Your Body Back, which is a 12-week weight release mindset coaching program where you can utilize a new version of you to drive you to success. All coaching is done on Zoom, and the first one's always private to you because I'm a certified HIPAA health practitioner, and health assessments are private. I go over the health assessments. I give you a choice between 3 different programs, and I also give you directions on one. Also, I'll give you instructions how to create that new version of you that will drive you with emotion and passion to achieve your health and weight transformational goals throughout your journey. The rest of the coaching, whether it's in group or private, is the same. We'll be celebrating your wins. I'll be showing you how to use your boards, and I'll guide you over gaps with health and mindset. You will become a new you. You can always ask me questions on my consultation button about these 3 different programs. And because things have changed, that's what you need to do now. Also, there's a do-it-yourself program. YFast is an intermittent fasting program that gets your cells and body humming, and in turn boosts your metabolism with rich, dense nutrition and high-quality essential nutrient products. And it has exercise and recipes as well. Here you can ask me questions. If you feel like you need some coaching, there's a 2 or 4 week program to get you started. If you think you need more coaching, you're welcome to pay for more. Remember, intermittent fasting will repair cells, it will give you mental clarity, and it will reduce inflammation. Mindset enhancement as well as health optimization. Coaching can be utilized in small packaging, but truly those are the longer term journey. And so you want to really decide what you want to do with that, but you can give it a go. And I also create a custom program for you. I also have a couple more programs I'd like to talk about. If you are a woman ages 30 to 100, and the pause, which is perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause, I have a solution for you. I am postmenopause, but I didn't even know I had some symptoms. And one of it was digestion, of all things. And I'm happy to report that the probiotic in this product actually helped it quite a bit in 7 days, and it's improving continuously. There's also a life health balance product, and there's also something for anti-aging, and it's called the Complete Women's Health System. We also have a new product, which is the YGY 30-day GLP system, which is a natural way of doing what those pharmaceuticals are doing in a safer way. So you have Elevate, which is a shot that you drink for 10 days, Activate, which is also a drink you drink for the next 20 days. And for the whole 30 days, you would take a daily fiber called Regulate, which will eliminate the toxins. And also all this stuff is going to reduce cravings so you release weight. This could be part of my Take Your Body Back. You asked me questions about these products on my link tree. I also have a complimentary coaching session called Debi Coaching Chats, which is a 30-minute coaching session in a group setting. A survey picks a topic, and it's on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and you go to Debi Changes Lives. Again, that is DebiChangesLive, V as in victory, ES.com/chats, and you'll learn what my coaching is all about. Finally, learn more about alternative health services, products offers, as well as articles and blogs, upcoming shows, promos, and events by subscribing to my newsletter, which is at DebiChangesLives.com. And this time, /radio TV show, all in one word. I give you a gift, a 30-day health and mindset daily action journal, where you can record your gratitudes, thoughts, feelings, emotions, food, water, supplementation, and exercise you do on a daily basis. You can even track your measurements. Then you want to review it on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to see your wins and celebrate them, find the gaps to work on. If you need help bridging that gap, you contact me for coaching. This journal is a great health and mindset awareness tool. I am certain that you found this show educational, eye-opening, and enjoyed it. Reach out to me for my services, programs, and offers. And you're welcome to reach out to Brett via email at support@my foundation, My Total Nutrition. Well, it's up here, going to come up here soon. .com. And can we have Brett come back for closing remarks? So it's mytotalnutrition.com. So support@mytotalnutrition.com. So Brett, do you have anything else you want to say?
Hey, stay nutrified, eliminate the bad stuff, and make sure every time you eat, salt your food to taste to maximize your digestive system.
Okay. And I love that you've been a pioneer in the natural health and nutrition world, and you're a part of that, getting the nutritional supplement approved for us to take. I don't even know why we were not allowed to take nutritional supplements or herbals. It's kind of silly. And that DSHEA Act of 1994 with Clint Miller, right?
Yep.
Pretty amazing you're a part of that. Was that I guess it's really highlight, but what was it like for you? Stressful.
Because that's when Codex was trying to leak in to our country, and where you couldn't take like vitamin C or an herbal product without a prescription from your medical doctor. So it was a very, very stressful time in the early 90s to get that through. And we did, and the excitement afterwards was just absolutely fantastic.
Yes, and I'm so glad you did. So all that stress was well paid off.
Absolutely. I was a very young man at that time, so it was much easier.
Okay, well, thank you for being on my show. So remember, everybody, continue and enjoy my radio and TV show on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, where your holistic journey begins.